subscribe to our channel.
What it do? It's the two Master Chief Wezzy and my guys.
What it do, what it does, what it doesn't is how you're supposed to introduce this podcast.
You get it. Real simple, real
I'm just
easy.
saying that so that like for future reference, whenever people come on and we decide to give them microphones and cameras,
Real.
they can know what
You can also add in your little spice or whatever.
Yeah,
But
you
know the blueprint.
Yeah,
Is basically what we're trying to say.
there's a reason it works. Thank you very much.
Real.
But anyways, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure you've seen our last video by the time you're watching this, where we had a pretty interesting takeover.
Yeah. Depends on the line that this drops. But anyways, that's probably the way it will drop anyway.
That's how it's gonna drop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said it, dude.
Shit. All right, man.
Yeah. So
I never heard it.
make sure you go watch that episode where we're taken over by two lovely ladies. Probably never happening again.
It was actually a lot.
Yeah. It took 40 years to get started. People came 3 hours after the time. It was a lot going on there. But you know what? That's what the YouTube is for. If you guys actually like, if it ends up being our most viewed video, we'll definitely do it again.
Actually, here on this episode, what did you think about it?
Ish. Love them both, but ish.
Ish. Real. I don't like you said, I don't know if we're gonna do it again. But I think maybe if we give it like some kind of like if there's achievement that we get, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Certain number of likes
That's what I'm
or
saying. Like, I
comments or
think
whatever.
if you guys run up that video, definitely we'll bring them back.
So it's also based on the ladies that were on this on the episode to also push up those numbers.
Yeah.
If it gets to
If they want to
that
come
number,
back,
it has to come back.
Yeah.
They'll come back. Maybe we might even throw in some other people in the mix.
what we do need to do though, to be honest, is have one where it's guys and girls.
Yeah, of course.
Because the separation thing, I've now seen that people are a bit
Biased.
Yeah, there's no control there.
There's also there are lies that were being told.
Yeah, real.
But I think we'll correct it properly on that episode.
Yeah, we'll get and let's even treat it like the beef. We'll respond to that video one day.
Men versus women.
Yeah, men versus women. You know, people have a good battle of the sexes.
Yeah, last.
But speaking of sexes, we are men, young black men, gorgeous ones.
Real?
Love you loads. We're talking today about growing up as a black man. Very, very broad,
Let me do this.
interesting topic. It's fun, it's exciting, it's scary, it's intimidating, it's challenging, it's everything.
Yeah, intimidating for sure. Especially if you've lived outside as well.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're not around black people only,
Yeah,
that's where shit becomes extremely rocky.
interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes scary even. Because, you know, like, hey, people don't give a damn, dude.
Let's start it off from high school, actually.
Even before that, dude, me, I knew what racism was when I was like
No, okay, fair.
8 or 9 years old, dude.
Did you experience it?
100%.
What was the experience? Where was this first?
The earliest memory I can ever remember was in SA. Like people refusing to get on the same elevator as us. Like that's the earliest experience I can remember.
Damn, how old were you?
I can't remember how old I was, but it was in primary school. Like I was a primary school kid. And it was just that, like white people not getting on the elevator.
Do you remember what you thought about that situation? Or was it kind of just
It
like
was
it happened
confusing.
and it
It
happened?
was just genuinely, because it was like my family. So I asked my mom, like, what was that about? Because there was clearly space.
Mm.
And she was like, it's just how they are. That's the first racist thing I can ever remember.
That's a crazy answer to give as well.
But she wasn't lying.
She's not lying.
I
But
mean,
I feel like there should be a better,
yeah, there should
be an explanation if that makes sense.
There probably was a better answer. But like, you see, the thing is going to school there, it was confusing in the sense that like, I've got white friends.
And that you weren't getting that same
Yeah, exactly.
reception
So
from
it's,
them.
so I think already there was kind of the establishment to be like, some people are just like this. And then like, I mean, I already had evidence of good white people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then like, it wasn't like it was shocking.
Mhm.
Okay, it was confusing, but like, it wasn't like, this is how they are. It wasn't like my overall perception because like I said, I'd grown up and interacted with enough. I mean, like half the teachers were white anyway. They're friendly. They're talking to you like a normal person. They're not treating you like.
So you never got it from teachers?
Never
or
got it
like
from
that?
Nah.
Okay, that's good at least.
So yeah, that was my earliest experience. I don't think. Yeah, it was just strange, like proper confusing. I didn't obviously think too much about it, but now I was like, that was weird.
That's true. My earliest experience, I can't remember what it was exactly.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in Kosovo though. Had to have been.
Bro, Eastern Europeans don't
Because
play
they
about
don't
that.
fuck around
About their
with
races.
all of that. Like, especially obviously being there when they're already fighting with their kind.
Mhm.
Then you're someone that looks way different from them. I mean, I can't even remember how old I was, but I was pretty young.
Yeah.
Nicole wasn't even born by then. Obviously, she came a few years after that. But I could remember at least, you know, you go to certain places and you have this like stare or like a look that you don't get around other people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So because we had our black community there,
100%.
where it came from people from Liberia, people from Kenya, all these different places, right?
Mm.
And where the community sort of like came together was church, right? You just know how it is, blacks. You always find yourselves at church. That's where everything happens, you know. So don't kill me. So very unserious.
There's jokers in the audience.
Really and truly. So when you come out of that situation, when you come out of that group,
Mhm.
and then you're going to school, oh, that's the one that used to hit as well.
Mhm.
Oh my day, school, because you're the only black person there, anyways.
Yeah.
You know, there weren't a lot of black people. It used to be me and this other friend, like my best friend at the time, McKevin. Shout out to him if he ever watches this.
He's black.
Yeah, Liberian. So like it was one of those where it's like it's us, but like young.
Yeah.
You'd be everywhere. You're playing video games together, sleepovers, blah blah blah, like all that type of shit, you know. But when you're together or alone and you're somewhere, whether you're in a store, bakery, whatever it is, you know, sometimes there's even like a reluctance to even like serve you or whatever. And you're young, number one.
There's a woke word for that. What do they call it? Microaggression.
Microaggression.
Yeah.
Got you.
Wokeness.
That's true. At wokeness.
We read the thesaurus.
Yay!
Thesaurus.
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 Please.
Yo, the word
It really dribbled you a bit. There.
Thesaurus.
But
That's
yeah.
the word?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
it is. Please don't don't be asking me like that. But yeah, that's sort of where I felt it the most.
Yeah.
Especially in like taking the bus to school. Stuff like that. Because it was actually, I think the first school I went to was a Turkish school.
Yeah, dog. On the bus is crazy.
It might have been a Turkish school.
In Cyprus on the bus, it was crazy.
It was very
It
crazy.
was crazy.
You had to be alone and you're the only
Dog,
one.
you know,
that's at
you
the
can be
window.
sitting and like niggas won't sit next to you. Like they'll just look. And I'm like,
Yeah.
anyways, but like, you know, you enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think a microaggression, another one that I've just thought about now is the people in Cyprus, they would do this thing. I don't even know if you could. It wasn't offensive because it's not like what they're saying, but it's how they're saying it. They'll say bro.
What do you mean?
Every black person is bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I
like-
know that one. I know that one.
With all due respect, if Mohammed walks into the shop, they're just gonna be like, "Good morning, sir. Can I help you with this?"
Yeah. It's even a sir.
Yeah, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
or
got
whatever
you.
it is. But me, if I walk in,
Bro,
hey bro,
Good
is there,
morning.
is there anything you're looking
how
for?
can I help you?
Not how
What-
can I
oh,
help
yeah,
you?
that's-
Is
you're
there
actually right.
anything you're looking for?
What you looking for? What you need?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Basically,
English
to get you
changes.
in and out of there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Whereas,
I feel like it's also it's like a micro, I guess, like you were saying, microaggression kind of racist moment of they're trying to find a way to connect with you,
Mhm.
but being racist about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
they'll be like,
you're
"Hey,"
trying to be all cool. Oh,
they'll
yeah,
be like, "Hey,
bro.
bro, I listen to Burn Up Boy."
How you doing, my guy? You good? Like,
I'm like-
even the way they're trying to dap you up sometimes, you're like,
I'm
you ain't
like-
gotta dap me like this,
I'm
man. Like, it's cool. We're being professional. You wanna be
Dog.
like, my guy, tuck in. You tucked in? I'm like, bro, relax a bit.
Guys talking about Burner Boy. I'm like,
What's your favorite Burner Boy? I went to a Burner Boy concert
I'm like,
last year. How was that?
literally, and they'll say, "I saw Burner Boy last summer," and I'm like,
What am I supposed to do about
"What
that?
is he my cousin?"
Yeah,
Dog? I'm not even Nigerian. You know what I mean?
Real.
And that's
real,
another
real.
thing by the you know, the ignorance outside. Like, you know, I think growing up as an African, you learn way too much about the world.
Yeah, you're forced to.
So you assume
Everyone else
the rest
knows.
of the world also learns about you.
Yeah.
They have no clue.
Yeah.
No clue whatsoever. It's
Well-
actually quite ridiculous.
I remember being in the US. That was actually the first time where I could consciously and say it for myself, you know, and actually rationalize, be like, yo, these people really don't know anything.
Yeah.
You know? They'll be asking you questions and oh, where you from? Oh, Zambia. And all of a sudden they'll say some weird ass shit, like some wild Atlantic shit, you know? You'd be like, that is not even close to what I was even saying here. Oh, how did you get, bro? I've been asked countless of times, how did you get here? What do you mean? How did I get? Like, what do you mean? How did I get here? Like, did you swim here? Did you, bro? On my life, been asked, like, did you swim here? Like, I'm like, first of all, where the fuck do you think I came from for me to swim here? Like, yo, do you guys have internet that side? How did I apply for this place? Like, what do you mean?
And these are college level students.
Yeah, no, these are like your peers.
You see, that's ridiculous.
And it sucks because like they obviously come from like a very wealthy family, like all that type shit. You've traveled all around the world, but you really don't know what's happening in Africa. Ask them about Europe, they'll tell you.
And that's the thing. And you know, it's so interesting, especially when you come from like an obscure place like Zambia. It's not Nigeria. It's not South Africa.
Ghana,
it's not Egypt.
Kenya.
It's not Kenya.
Like yeah.
You never hear about Zambia.
Yeah.
So they're like, what the hell is this nigga talking about?
But they know Zim though.
They know Zim. Yeah,
they know Zim,
Zimbabwe, they know. So
they know
Mugabe.
Zim.
And I'm like, who the hell is, like,
not the same.
A friend of mine showed me literally an Asian coworker of hers was like, this is my friend, like, oh, from Nigeria. Do you know her? She took a screenshot. She Google searched Lagos to Lusaka.
Oh, Jesus.
The distance, I don't know how many thousands of kilometers, and sent the screenshot to her. She said nothing afterwards. That's so embarrassing.
That is. I don't even know how you would actually ask that kind of question. I mean, I do get it. I think the episode with Inonge, I remember asking her and having the conversation, just being like, it's in a way understandable when you're that side in the US because of just how big it is and you never really want to leave because everything is pretty much there.
It's
you know, like when you're looking at the rest of the world, they have everything that the world sort of provides, if that kind of makes sense. Like, what do you really leave, if you get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So for them, it's like, I'll just travel to this state to go for that.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the East for, you know what I mean? That type of shit. Not to say that they have the best of things, but they can find what it is that they're looking for, you know? So in that way, horrible.
Do you know what's very interesting? Even in our last video, I think they spoke about it, but like just generally, even like this is now like what I would call black on black crime. People who have like gone abroad and come back,
okay,
versus people who've just been here as well.
Okay,
there's also, in my opinion, that level of ignorance.
Go on.
So like I've heard friends, like I've got friends like who obviously work in different places or whatever. They will literally say they get like bullied in their workplaces because they were not like at UNZA or CBU. Like UNZA.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they almost like look down on them to be like, how do you have this job when it should belong to a like inbred Zambia?
So like we would be bullied.
Like a born and bred Zambia.
So like if we had it, we would be bullied, kind of thing. Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
That thing happens a lot. And has it ever happened to you? Have you experienced it? I know like your mom has spoken about it before. To be like, where like people come and look at her like, and they think like, oh, she thinks she knows everything because she's left Zambia.
Yes.
Before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really that. It's just how it's just
you're
exposure.
Just fortunate to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just exposure.
I've actually experienced this. Also, like I don't even have to go far. Even in like family members.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can feel the increase in distance because they think that you're better than them.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, just because I have gone out and I've had the privilege to go out and experience XYZ, I haven't even come back to be like, oh, yo, you know what? You never experienced this, but I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just having a normal conversation
That's
with
true.
them. But sometimes the treatment, and even worse, I hate it when they now want to make it be like, you don't even, like, you aren't even Zambian because you don't know anything.
Exactly.
But it's like, brother, I speak the language.
Yeah.
I understand what you're telling me.
There's that thing as well.
I can go out to the market. I can speak. I can order my shit, whatever it is, and I'll be grand. You know what I'm saying? If we both go, the only difference will be my accent.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're one for one, my brother. We're bar for bar.
That thing is always there, and it's a difficult thing to navigate. Or it's an interesting thing to navigate as a Zambian actually, because what is too Zambian and what's not Zambian enough? It's ridiculous.
What is Zambian in?
No, you can't answer it. There's no answer.
They just want you to not leave the country.
But then to what end? The world is big, man. I believe like you should go see as much as you can.
I think
That's
they're
how
okay.
you end up like the fucking Americans who don't know what the capital city. They'll say the capital city of France is like Berlin or
Yeah,
some
that's
shit.
true.
Like you know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, some wild shit. I think they're okay within like a
Be proud
3
of where
months, 6 months kind of like time period that you've left. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that. And what makes it worse is
And it doesn't mean you're not proud of where you're from.
exactly. What makes it worse is obviously when we come back, there's a lot that has changed.
Mhm.
Maybe our style of dressing has changed.
Yep.
Our accent might change. You know, the way we
Hey, people get cooked for that one.
hey, they get cooked for that one. Real.
That one.
Maybe the way we walk, you know, obviously we've been exposed to certain things, so we won't like certain things, the way certain things are done here.
Yeah.
Right? When I came back, I was always saying I hate the way this country is so slow
Yeah,
about things, you know?
100%.
But people here might be like,
That's how things are.
but that's how things are. You think you're better just because you left and you experienced
yeah.
XYZ, you know? And it happens all the time.
Yeah, those jokes fly all the time. I mean, probably the biggest example of this is our reception to Sampa the Great.
Oh, we spoke about this one.
Yeah,
Not on the pod, but I believe we did actually talk about that.
She's a huge artist. Like, she's massive. Like, in actual terms, you can say she's Zambia's biggest artist.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually say that.
Yeah.
She is actually. Let's not even like
Yeah.
joke. She is. But our reception to her, because her success is outside.
Yeah.
It's that thing, like, you know, they hated Jesus in Nazareth, they said.
It's also the same thing for Omokuka, no? Him being outside. I know they love him here, but the reception is bigger outside, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah. People are, it's strange. I don't get it. I've never really understood it.
What
But-
did you experience when you came back?
Dude, it's just those,
Especially now that you're like
just
properly embedded into the workforce and everything.
those like small, what you're saying, it's just like small jokes, like just because you went outside,
Hmm.
you know, diaspora niggas are the
Yeah.
worst kind of.
Yeah.
That one I hear it a lot, but it's just okay. We still chow.
Chow. I'm not even going to ask. Okay,
As
so
in
let's,
chow food.
yeah, I
about
know.
food.
I'm playing with
I
you.
don't know
I'm
what
playing
you're
with you.
talking about.
Flipping this though, have there been any positives that you've gotten from being outside, being sort of like a diaspora kid kind of thing and coming back? Or even experiencing it that side, being a foreigner that side? Was there anything that you experienced that was
Yeah,
positive
I
because you're a foreigner?
I think one, it teaches you, like, you know, proper independence, not for
Jeez.
the, like, you know, not a boarding school here where you can call your mom
Yeah,
and dad.
real.
There's nothing my mom or dad are gonna do for me in Cyprus. Like, I'm too far.
Apart from money?
I'm too far away.
Yeah, real.
And then even that discussion, like, it's awkward to call back and be like, "Yo, mom, I need like,
Yeah, the money is gone.
I need a 1.5 for something." She'll just be like,
What's
"Why
the
is it like,
something, please?
I sent last week." And then, you know, parents obviously talk. You ask your dad, you ask your mom. They'll be like, "But I sent it." Yeah. So that story.
yeah. And it's a Thursday or a Friday.
Exactly.
The weekend is coming up. Banks are
They'll
closed.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like,
So yeah, I think it's like
you've experienced this. You.
proper independence. I think it's taught me like how to not ask people for things, like just find a way to like get things done, you know. Because like what you're saying, bro, you have to eat at night. You know what I'm saying? You have to eat at night,
Bro.
Your friends are already talking about going to, you have to make a plan.
Last.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like, without resorting to like the worst of the worst, but like, I think the independence would probably be like the number one thing that I learned. And then of course, because you're black, you're not from there, it's already harder for you.
Yeah.
It's already way more difficult for you. So just, yeah, it's challenging, but like sometimes you have to be like slapped up
Yeah,
to
that's
learn
true.
things.
That's true. I don't do it anymore here, or I don't do it as often as I probably should. And I think it's coming from me saying this is coming from a privileged place. But being that side, being in the US, cooking was one of the biggest things.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It was like 3 meals a day. Like,
Yeah.
you're cooking your breakfast. Unless maybe you ate outside here and there, you bought like, you know,
Yeah.
pizza or all that type of shit. But cooking your meals and learning and trying to perfect that thing and,
Yeah.
you know, just trying to be that person and like, oh, you know what? I want to eat this. I want to eat some stir fry today. I wanna-
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, like a little sandwich, you put it in the sandwich maker, you do it. It's, no. Like, you know, you're properly in the oven, you're on the, bake the thing and you know what I mean? Like that type of shit. So I enjoyed that thing. It was definitely a positive because, again, like you're saying, you have no one to save you.
There's no one to
Your
save
roommates
you.
ain't gonna cook for you.
Ah.
They're gonna look at you and be like, brother, especially if they got more money than you. well, I ordered the chow here. I'm gonna eat this thing.
Bro,
So
it's so ridiculous.
you're gonna sort yourselves out, you know?
Yeah.
That was one. Another one, finding.
But I also think embedding yourself in different cultures. I think I found it easier to talk to like
Love
different
that.
kinds of people
Yeah.
because I've been forced to interact with different kinds of people.
Yeah. It was like day one. It wasn't even like
As
time
soon
waited.
as soon as you get off the plane,
yeah.
you're in a different place.
Yeah.
Like, they don't speak your language. Like, even if it's other Africans, still, you still have to learn how they operate, how they do things. And, like, especially when you're the minority, it's crazy. Because for us, like, I would say the biggest demographics of like Africans or Nigerians and Zimbabweans, they don't do things the way we do them.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Even just like stupid things like going out, completely different to how we
the
do
culture
it
is
here.
different.
I think it's more fun though. I can't lie.
100%. What?
Like Nigerians know how to party.
Oh my days. We're actually one of the most boring ones.
Like
but-
Zambians just stand and look, but except for Super Soft.
Real. And Kafir.
Yeah, and Kafir Dick.
And Love and Lyrics.
We
We just go,
Basically,
we plug in all of
if
them.
Ministry of Groove is on the flyer,
Yeah.
you're having a good time.
Just
Having a
know.
good time.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, I think even if it's with other Africans, you still had to learn how to like be yourself, but like adapt to where you are still. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean get like properly immersed in fully immersed in whatever it is that's going on, which also happens to a lot of people. And I hoped it never happened to me because like this is quite crazy. You know, like there's people who come back fully speaking pidgin.
Yeah.
Like
Where did you get that from?
Like, what are we actually doing
Right.
here? You know what I mean? I mean, I might joke once in a while. I'll say how far or
Yeah.
say Olua or whatever, but like I'm not dressing like them
Right.
or like adopting their language. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's where like the lines get a bit blurred. But yeah, I think adapting to different cultures and scenarios. It also makes you like more confident generally. Like, you know, you're not necessarily scared of being in places where you're like, who the hell are all these people?
Yeah.
Like you can be there and be like, I can manage it.
But leaving here and going there, did you find like, was there any fear that you had just being in a whole new place and meeting new different people? And why is that?
I had
A lot of people have had that.
no chance.
And I know, like for myself, I never did. I was actually so happy I was like, oh, I'm
so
going,
this
friends.
now I'll put down to, I would say, it's gonna sound arrogant. In fact, but it is what it is. I would say privileged upbringing.
Yeah. Okay.
The schools I had gone to as a child already forced me to be, you know, like I said, you're chilling with white kids. Maybe their parents are racist, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have like, you learn these kinds of things. Like, you know, your teachers are white. They're also from Kenya. They're from wherever. They're from all these kinds of places. My favorite teacher ever in history, in life, like I think she was my grade 7 teacher in Botswana. She was from Kenya. Fantastic woman. Like, so you learn different cultures. Like I had learned them by default. So it wasn't necessarily scary getting off a plane and like, oh my goodness, everyone is so different or not. They're not like me. So I didn't have that.
I think that for me,
and we had done it already. I partied with you.
I was even about to say exactly like knowing that, okay, cool. High school, you had a bunch of white kids, you had a bunch of all these different people. And some of them you would know like, okay, maybe you won't get along for whatever reason it could have been, you know? But I know when I went there, my mom asked me, I think I might have mentioned this before, I can't remember. I remember my mom asking me, and she was like, why don't you look like you're scared to be here? You know, you look a bit like
you're too comfortable.
Happy, yeah, you look a bit too comfortable, like you've never been here or anything. And it's the fact that I chose being in California all the way on the West Coast compared to anywhere that's even closer, you know? I knew nobody. The only person I knew was cool, my uncle, Texas XYZ. But I was like, nah,
and they're still far away.
And they're still far away, you know, 3-4 hour flight, that type shit, you know? So already West Coast, only person. My mom's already bawling her eyes out, crying. She's like, nah, I'm leaving my son type of I'm like,
and you were like, it's just another challenge.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like I've done this like 6 times already.
Yeah.
This is just another one.
And I think they take that for granted as well. Like, you know, the moving to different countries thing, that does a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it's the ideal way to grow up, obviously.
In a way,
okay, we benefited from it.
Yeah.
But I like it definitely does, like, it makes that process easier. Like you're actually not. I mean, I've been in rooms now, like even here, even if it's full of Zambians, where I'm like, I don't deserve to be in this room. Like these people. I think I was even telling you about the wedding that I was at, where I said I probably had the lowest available balance at that wedding.
Mm.
But it wasn't scary or like intimidating to be there, to be like, oh, I'm the brokest guy in this room.
Mm.
It was just like, these are just people, dog.
Do you think you would have had the same confidence if you never left?
That's an interesting question. Probably. Dude, me, I'm arrogant as hell. Huh?
No, real. Understand that.
I probably would have had, I think interacting with different cultures maybe would have been more difficult. Like, or more challenging, let's say.
How many different cultures do you interact with here?
Muslim.
Man is just like, yeah.
Nah, like, okay, no, but like different Indians. You want me to say colored?
Is this like on a daily?
Not like on a daily basis, but like I can run into them and it's not like difficult. It's not like scary or like, how should I behave here? Let me just be timid and I guess, how's my guy?
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Salam alaikum. I don't know why you guys are laughing.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny.
It's Arabic funny too.
No, it's not. It's actually a language I love.
I would love to learn Arabic.
Might be my top 3 or 5 favorite.
How did you do it? Because you grew up like, I assume, in a Christian home.
Yeah.
But like you lived in a full-on Muslim country. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Was that difficult?
Not necessarily, because the schools I went to were international. Not the first one I went to though. It was international, yes, but like you had a lot more Syrians in it or other Arabs. That wasn't necessarily hard. My little sister had a harder time there. She really didn't like it whatsoever.
Seriously?
Yeah, she hated it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even know why.
Huh? I never knew that.
Can't hear you.
Syria.
When I lived in Syria.
Before the chaos.
Yeah. Before the chaos. Exactly. Yeah. I lived in Syria before the chaos. Yeah. She hated it. I was okay with it just because I think it was just another country.
Yeah.
It's because I was leaving Zambia. I was in Zambia, grade 6. So I was like, oh, I'm leaving this place. Yes. Take me out of this bitch. Yes, 100%. Like, we'll go wherever. I looked at the map. I saw Syria. I said, Jesus Christ, where are you taking me? I can't lie to you, bro. I saw Afghanistan. I saw what? I said, yo,
bro, you know, I can't lie. Even in Cyprus, I said, I'm too close to where things are happening.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm too close.
And it's the wrong way to look at it. You know, you're like, But like, you could be going to school. Boom,
but you know what I learned though? People are actually just calm. Like, we overthink it. That's when I knew that the news is messing with us for real.
Thank you.
Because like you had people there who are from some of these countries and they would talk about going home, meeting their families. Like they would talk about things like they're so normal.
Yeah.
But you would think these countries are like done.
War torn. Like everything is a wrap. Exactly.
And it's really not as bad as we're told it is.
I've said it a lot of times. It was some of my favorite 4 years ever in my life. Like if anyone asked me, that period of being in Syria was some of my favorite time. But it wasn't that hard, especially because it wasn't like you're forced to learn. Well, the first school you did take classes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was actually bad. I actually enjoyed it, to be very honest. And obviously you have a lot of Arab friends around, so you're picking up on the language and you're saying all these different things or whatever. And you know the first few things they'll teach you are always cuss words. You just be cussing everybody out, left, right, and center. But
that's funny.
Yeah. But then moving from that, again, it was moving to an American school. So a bunch of international kids.
Yeah.
Obviously, you still have your Syrian friends because a lot of us from the American school was open, then it had closed down. So everyone else moved to like the next best option, basically,
Gotcha.
right? And then when the American school opened again, the people that were there and a few other people that could go just transferred, kind of thing. And so that's basically what we did. And so it's like you're still moving with some of the friends that you even had in the other school, you know?
Yeah.
So super safe. Like I used to walk around midnight, late.
Yeah,
we,
bro.
We never used to lock our car doors sometimes, even house doors. People didn't lock.
Bro, in Cyprus, niggas used to leave their cars running, go into the shop, get something. Like, it can't happen here.
Can't. People just,
I can't even think. I used to look at them to be like, are you sure? Like, leaving the baby in the car. Are you sure?
Bro, you can't do it here. Hey, your car and the baby will be gone.
They can even leave your baby outside and just say,
hold the
"Here's
baby
a
for me.
shot."
I'll come in to get it. It was crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's actually so crazy. But like now, like, we've gone into jokes too much. There's we said that being a black man is like intimidating. There's this like, I don't know if you can call it a saying or like a thing that people say, which is a saying.
Literally.
That like, you know, basically to be a black man, you have to work twice as hard to get half as far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that?
To a degree, yes.
To what
Yes, yes, I do.
degree?
Obviously, we have to know that there are, I don't know if I can call them roadblocks in a way. I don't want to blame the government saying that they have
The system.
the system that they have laws or whatever that prohibit us from doing anything. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not like you go and read the Constitution or whatever and to say that black people can't do XYZ or whatever. But it is unfortunate though that if you do go, and I'm not saying this is for every place and whatnot, and probably has changed, hopefully for the better. If you do go to a certain workplace and whatever, there are people who discriminate against us. Me myself, I have long dreads, so people have definitely given me looks.
Yep.
You know, they've asked me questions about it, and told me you will not work if you have this hair and you have to cut it. And people have offered me jobs and saying, but yeah, here's a job, but you have to cut your hair,
That's crazy.
kind of thing. And
As
you'd
if,
be like-
as if it affects your ability.
exactly, and that's literally what I told them. I said, no, keep the thing. You must have lost your mind. And my hair is like, at that time, I was like, what, like 7 years
7
in
years
or
old,
whatever,
yeah.
right? I'm like 9 now. But like 7 at the time. So I'm like, no, I'm not cutting it. I already have goals of passing 10 plus. And I should cut it because you want to give me something.
Yeah.
And yeah, someone else might argue for the fact that like, yeah, but this could be an opportunity and you don't know where this job could take you and all that kind of stuff. But it's also like, yeah, I have to look at myself and the confidence that I have in myself as a person that has nothing to do with my hair.
Yeah.
When you go to other places and they love you for who you are, including your hair,
So
then
by
you
the-
come and tell me as a black person also,
By the way, the day you cut your hair, we will be there no matter what.
I don't even think you'll be there.
Like,
I'm not cutting.
we are going live on Instagram.
But that's like in the next.
You don't even say.
We don't know.
say,
I can't. I don't have a timeline of when I actually want to cut my hair. But going back to the actual point.
Yeah.
In a way, yes, you do, because as blacks, we're fighting ourselves.
As blacks.
As blacks, but you got my point. As niggas, nah.
Niggers.
We're fighting ourselves. One, like the
100%.
example I just gave, and then two, when you're facing racism,
Yep.
it's very hard. If people can't even sit next to you on a bus, how are they gonna be like, yeah, you should be the one that should come and
No
sit
chance.
with me in the office? You know what I mean? That type shit.
Have you
So-
experienced racism here?
I don't know. Might have been maybe like microaggression type shit, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been anything like in my face being like, oh shit, that's
Do you know?
That's a
Do you
bit
know?
wild.
Do you know what I think we experienced?
Huh.
That whole thing, like when we were mates in high school, the teachers like basically being,
oh yes,
like
yes,
buddy with
yeah,
us?
yeah. I'm thinking like when I came back, but
No, no,
100%. Now you're
that
right.
thing
you're
of them like being buddy
right.
with us. It was to keep us in control, dog.
last.
They were basically saying you guys should not be rowdy.
Yeah.
Like don't be rowdy.
Yeah.
I remember the most interesting argument we've ever had was with Mr. Hoffman,
Great man. by the
where
way.
we were arguing why we are allowed to say nigga, and he was like, "You can't.
You
say
can't
that."
say it.
I know, like all
Bro!
the rappers say it. We're like in grade 9, dude.
Yeah, it was grade 9, huh? Yeah.
And he was like, "No," and he's like, "You can't be using rappers as your reference." We're like, "It's our word, dude. We're practically mocking it." He was hell bent on the fact that like it's a slur, it's a what. Don't say it.
What's your take on the word?
I allow it, dude. Me, they weren't calling me, so it's okay. It's what I call
But
you.
you know, real.
You're a nigger.
That's crazy. I'll slap you on this thing. The camera is even
Why is
there
that
to catch you.
offensive?
Nah, not with the ER at least. You also know why. Because if you're running it back, obviously it's not directed towards us
That's true.
in a sense. But yeah, it's a bit.
Do you think?
a bit touchy.
I don't think it's sensitive, to be honest. Personally, I think we've reached the stage where like it's just a word,
So you're saying that,
but not
for
that people
us-
can say it to me like amongst us.
Yeah,
If someone says, "Hey, nigga,"
Fair.
that's crazy.
fair. Yeah. So you're saying it really is just our generation, and we've kind of been desensitized to the word.
Yeah, we've been, bro. We're too many generations far away.
ER like nigger.
No, that's what.
That's the one. That's my point.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That one is crazy. Yeah, but like going back to like the main thing, I think the teachers being buddy was one. I'm trying to think of any others. Oh, there was this one time at the mall. Now this is like a very very specific example. I was walking like
Which year? You got to give us like timeline.
this is pandemic time.
Okay.
Like masks.
Pandemic was full racism there. they had the right to be racist. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like, not that they had the right,
Yeah.
but they used COVID,
Yeah.
as an avenue to be like,
So
black.
literally, bro. Okay, imagine I'm walking like we're in the parking lot, right? Cars are parked this side and cars are parked this side. I'm walking here. This lady is walking like she sees me and
see
goes
you
this
see
side.
me.
I was tempted to cough on her. I said, "There's no way you're fully just moving." She was looking down and then she saw me and she's like, "No chance in hell, dog." And she moved this side. I literally thought about going up and coughing on her because I said she should die.
It was wild.
Like that was
wild.
crazy to me.
That's wild.
That was crazy to me.
No, but like I hear him, like 100%, same thing. Like I was saying, the bus example, bro. It was a full bus, right? And there was an empty seat. The way I am right now, sitting, going to school. I'm calm. I got my jacket, everything. It's a bit breezy. Calm. I'm on my phone, everything. Empty seat. Everyone else is like full, and it's not like a lot of people like standing kind of thing. You know what I mean? So like, it's not like you had to stand. You could sit, right, bro? This is where the door opens right here. I don't know if the camera can see. I'm like right here, right? That's where the door opens. Boom. And there's another one at the other side. So I'm just sitting here. I'm on my phone. So obviously you stop. You at the stop. Doors open. Bro, lady walks in.
It's always a lady. It's always
always walks in. She looks at me, looks at the spot, looks everywhere around.
And she's like, "It's wild."
She just said, "Nah." Like you could see it. It's one of those things you're like, holy shit. Like, did I just experience that? Like any other thing you'd have been like, whatever. Like you're going to go do whatever. You're going to stand. You could see like her mind kind of like work it out. Like, I could.
But no. Do you think that fucks with you though? Like,
I think if I was younger, it might have. I think I was at a point where I was like, you know what? I understand what it is. I understand like racism is a thing.
I wanted to give that woman COVID. I didn't have it, but like I just wanted to scare her.
Yeah, that one is mental. You're trying to kill everything.
It wasn't like I didn't want. Okay, yeah, I didn't want her to die. I was like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, dog, I'm from here. You can't be that scared of me.
You're right.
It doesn't make any sense.
She was black.
I think I was just upset. She's a white woman. Of course, it's a white woman.
Of course,
it's always white women, dude. It's no other like genre of woman.
And it's true. And it's unfortunate for you all that are white that ain't racist or whatever. But
yeah, no, we love you, but
yeesh.
Okay, we love Billie Eilish. That's all I'm gonna say. And we know why we love Billie Eilish.
Why? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that.
Scary hours.
No. Wait.
We're done.
No.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Definitely subscribe, but no, we're not done. Why?
Nah.
Why? You guys would like to know why.
I'm not talking about that on camera.
Why? Not for her music, clearly.
Good artist, Grammy Award winning.
You didn't say that though.
I love her.
But you never mentioned her music.
I love her music, dude.
Name 3 songs. Name 3 songs right now.
Sure, it's on my recently added.
It's on all of us recently added, please.
It's on my recently added. No, but yeah, white women are the worst genre of women, except for Billie Eilish. That's all. That's my main point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put any. I'm not gonna put my 2 cents in that comment.
You'll be short.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we can very much leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
But it's also because we wanted the answer to the Billie Eilish thing that you didn't want to provide.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you can name 5 good white women, what are we going to do if they can name?
It's you that's telling them to do it.
Nah, I'm not giving you anything for doing that. Actually.
But they gonna easily name 5.
There are no 5 good white women.
I'm pretty sure they're there.
They are not there.
You seem like you have.
She is
5.
She is a white woman, so it's okay. Like it's fine.
Yo.
Anyways, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Insta and.
Wait, do you guys have any questions? Actually.
Oh yeah, do you guys have anything to add to this topic?
Could you please pass her the mic? Actually.
Audiences are crazy. Just like,
but please,
flip the thing up.
Yeah. Hold on. My apologies. Go on.
No problem. My question is, after you guys coming back and with you guys engulfing back into the culture, do you have problems seeing how people who have not lived outside treat white people versus the way you guys treat white people, or any person who's like not black or lighter color?
Good question.
I would definitely say I've seen or heard of like racism towards Indians and let me say people.
Yeah, that one is high.
Let
Actually,
me actually say people of Arabic descent. I don't want to just say Muslims because they could not be Muslim, but yeah, there's a way people like look at them like they'll say things like just yesterday actually there was
Mzungu,
something
whatever.
there was something I heard about Muslims and I was like, dude, there was no need to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's a shame also because they look at whites or any foreigners as people that are obviously coming to take over in whatever it is, if it's housing, if it's jobs, like all that type shit.
Actually, I wouldn't even say like we're talking about harshness. The other thing I've seen is over respect for other races.
Yes.
Like, the way, whereas I would just look at someone and be like, oh, that's just a person who's white. I've seen people bow down and be like,
shops, banks,
banks,
especially.
give them like special treatment. And I'm like, what's this about? Yeah.
You
know what I mean?
That's true.
Anyways, next question. It seems we have one here.
And do speak just a bit louder, please.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, okay, you're good.
Okay, since you guys have lived in predominantly white countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the treatment of white women, like how white women treat you? Do you think they're fetishizing you, or do you think that they genuinely, how is the treatment about that? Like between like white women and black women, like do you think it's like they genuinely, I don't want to say like you because they could, but like, is it like a fetish? Do you think it's like a fetish to you?
I've never personally experienced it, but I had a friend who did date a white woman, and I think she was just like ticking a box.
It's actually a bit of both.
Yeah, that's from my experience. I think she was ticking a box. I don't think she was genuinely like, I like this dude. I think she was proper like, let me just see what's happening there.
From my experience, it's both. I know some women that have like properly come up and told me like, you're just like, it's a fetish. Like you're just someone that I want to, sort of just like write off in a sense,
That's
just because
crazy.
you're black and you look like XYZ.
Write off is crazy.
Worse, even that I had dread. So like, it was just like, yeah, you are black. You know what I mean? Like you have the dreads, you have everything. You are a nigga. You know what I mean? That type shit. So yeah, in that way of being like the fetish whole thing, yeah, I've definitely experienced that. But also, California also has just a bunch of whites and blacks and Asians and whatever. You find a bunch of Blasians as well, like that type shit. So in that avenue, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a fetish. I feel like it's something that they've just become very used to, and them, yeah, because that's what you see. You see a bunch of Asians or whatever. Like if I when I was that side, I'm not gonna say that like, okay, now I have an Asian fetish just because there's someone that I end up fancying, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. So yeah, sometimes you would feel like it's a genuine connection, and if that's that, then it keeps it pushing. Some people can lie about it, true, but yeah, definitely experienced both sides of that spectrum. I don't think it's on.
Yeah.
Okay, last question, I think, unless anyone wants to add. Being someone who went to an Arabic country to do school, obviously there's a negative connotation attached with most Arabic communities when it comes to racism. Sometimes people attribute them to being just as bad, if not worse, as white people.
Yeah.
How was the treatment you received in Syria? And then secondly, just a thing to add to what Wengo said about the over respect of people here.
Yeah. Just
as Standard Chartered the other day, a white person came, there was a huge line at the end. He came in, walked in, said, I need to cash him checks. They just gave him skipped the queue, went straight to priority.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
No, that is ridiculous. But about the whole Arab thing and racism, crazy enough, and that's why it was actually some of the best years, is because I actually didn't experience it like that. There was actually a lot of love. Like, yo, Arabs show some real love. I can't even lie. Like it felt,
some of the friendliest people.
Yeah.
Like
pure
because
love.
for us there was like joint hatred for white people. So like finding like your brothers in arms in that respect.
Yeah. Exactly. So it was one of those things where I don't even know if it's like they were used to. I wouldn't say they were used to it, but it almost felt like there wasn't even like a difference in color kind of thing. They were just so warm about it. They'd be like, oh, the same thing. Oh, my brother. But like, it doesn't even come off like it's a racist kind of thing. Like it wouldn't come off that way. You just be like, oh, my brother. Yeah, how's it going? How's it going? You buy whatever it is at the shop. He's even your guy at the shop. You got credit at the shop and he's not worried about anything because he knows you're good for it, that kind of thing. So
they might be better at community than black people.
Yes. As a community.
They really might be. Like, honestly speaking, now that I think about it,
you might have a point.
The way you said it, like, I'm thinking about how the Arabic people I knew from Cyprus were like, they were proper. I have your back, you have my back.
Yeah.
Even if you've met 2 weeks ago. Whereas me and you, we were walking like this in town, like, hey,
bro,
like, you could snatch my phone.
Yeah, less.
That's ridiculous.
What phone do you have?
Yeah, I think they do community better than us.
Yeah.
Like proper they respect what a family means, all that kind of stuff. Like, whereas for us, you have to search for families where you're like, okay, yeah,
too many backstabbing,
you know
that.
Like, it may seem like conservative and traditional, but like they respect it and it works for them, and I respect that.
Agreed. And that is what I saw, and I think that's what I loved about just being there. And I think just like moving forward, it's one of those things that you also want to add in your life, and when you have kids and whatever, it's just something that they should actually understand, because if you don't experience these things, it's hard for you to actually instill it into your kids and have them understand and learn that like what you're going to see, like the way I felt, what you're going to see on TV and all that type of shit isn't really the truth.
Yeah.
And everyone's experiences are different. What you might experience with Arabs is different from how I might experience it. And that might be because maybe you experienced them in Zambia while I experienced them somewhere else. You know what I mean? So like that plays a big role.
Yeah, that definitely plays because even just the way they speak about them. Like, if you've grown up where like there's multiple like races and cultures everywhere, it's very, very different from where like there's one predominant group and then there's different minorities. That definitely plays a big role.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. You guys already know what to do. Thank you for all the questions. Our audience has been fantastic today.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much for the questions.
Be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. What else do I need to say?
TikTok.
Leave a comment.
We got TikTok now.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be seeing a lot more of us, a lot more videos, a lot more chopped up.
Our social media manager needs to work very hard, to be honest.
Been working hard. Doing very well actually.
There.
Love it. Been doing a lot better than I was doing at the beginning. So anything that's a plus from that, big ups.
So make sure you hit us up there. Black men, black women, tell us your experiences. Maybe we actually need to have one with black women as well.
Yeah, last.
And
white women, you have a problem? No, I'm not saying you have a problem with them, but we should find them.
We are not giving them a platform. They've had a platform for thousands of years.
Aye.
Colonizing and criminalizing black men. But we're just okay. Scary hour. Turn the cameras off.
Please.